What if every joy you ever felt was snatched away by someone you trusted? Someone in your own family? Imagine this. Each time a young wife conceives a precious child, tragedy strikes, and the life in her womb mysteriously vanishes. Who could be behind such heartless cruelty? Brace yourselves, dear friends, because today on Ulo-Aku Folktales, we unravel the haunting tale of a mother-in-law so feared, she is said to hold power over life and death itself. A warm welcome, my cherished audience, to Ulo-Aku Folktales, the home of enchanting stories, timeless lessons, and captivating African tales. If you're returning to this channel, thank you for your unwavering support. Your presence keeps our ancestral stories alive in every retelling. If this is your first time here, consider yourself right at home. You're about to experience a folktale that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Feel free to explore our other fascinating stories, each packed with wisdom, drama, and the magic of tradition. Now, gather around, settle in, and let us begin our tale. But remember, in the land of folktales, nothing is ever as it seems. Our story unfolds in the peaceful village of Okanamu, where tradition and community are woven into daily life. In a humble homestead on the outskirts of this village lives a young woman named Adiz, often called Ada for short. She is married to Chika, a kind and hard-working farmer known for his bountiful harvests of yams, cassava, and cocoa yams. Ada is beloved in the community for her sweet nature and ever-ready smile. She greets the elders with respect, helps neighbors with chores, and shares her hearty meals with anyone in need. Her warmth knows no bounds. Yet, behind that radiant smile is a woman burdened by sorrow. She has lost 3 pregnancies in mysterious ways. Why? Each time Ada finds out she's pregnant, she joyfully sends word to Chika's mother, Mama Chinyere, who lives in a more remote part of Okanamu. But within days, sometimes even hours, of sending the message, Ada is struck by sudden pain, and she loses the baby. In hushed tones and fearful whispers, some in the village suspect Mama Chinyere is not just an ordinary mother-in-law. They say she possesses dark powers. Could this be true? Ada, being respectful, refuses to believe such gossip. Yet the pattern is undeniable. Rumours swirl in the market square. Old women selling peppers, tomatoes, and dried fish say, Mama Chinyere was once seen roaming the forest at night, chanting mysterious words. Others claim that during Ada's first pregnancy, Mama Chinyere offered her a strange concoction to drink for good health. Shortly afterward, Ada lost the baby. Chika is torn. He loves his mother, who raised him single-handedly after his father's death. Yet he loves his wife deeply and fears for her life. Because each miscarriage is worse than the last, leaving Ada weaker and drained. Chika's best friend, Obi, notices something strange. Each time Ada is about to lose the baby, Mama Chinyere appears in the village a day or two after, claiming she just happened to be passing by. Could she have come to confirm that her evil deeds were successful? Despite these odd occurrences, Ada insists, no, Mama would never hurt me or her future grandchildren. But the suspicion grows like a persistent weed, impossible to uproot. Time passes, and Ada conceives yet again, a 4th pregnancy. This time, she decides to keep the news secret until she's past the critical first few months. She doesn't even tell Mama Chinyere for fear of jinxing her good fortune. At first, things seem to be going well. Ada's health flourishes. She has that radiant glow that only expectant mothers possess. She hums happily as she goes about her chores, imagining the day she will hold her child in her arms. Then, as though guided by an evil sixth sense, Mama Chinyere arrives unexpectedly one morning, knocking on Ada and Chika's door. She claims she was visiting a relative in a neighboring village and thought to drop by. The moment she steps in, Ada feels an unsettling chill run down her spine. Ada, my child, you look well. Are you sure everything is fine? She scans Ada's body with suspicious eyes. Ada forces a smile and answers, I'm just a bit tired, Mama, nothing more. But Mama Chinyere's gaze lingers, as though she senses the hidden pregnancy. The atmosphere is tense, thick with secrets. After Mama Chinyere leaves, Ada's anxiety grows. That evening, she visits the local healer, Nkem, a wise older woman revered for her deep knowledge of herbs and ancient protective rites. Ada confides in her about the repeated miscarriages and her growing fears. "My child, the unseen world is powerful. If your suspicions about your mother-in-law hold any truth, you must protect yourself and your unborn baby." Nkem provides Ada with protective amulets and instructs her to keep them close at all times. She also warns her not to inform Mama Chinyere of her pregnancy until she's certain she can keep the baby. That night, Ada places the amulets under her pillow. She prays fervently to her ancestors and to God, begging for protection from any evil that might be lurking in the shadows. But secrets have a way of surfacing, especially in small villages. And Mama Chinyere is no ordinary mother-in-law. Despite her best efforts, word eventually reaches Mama Chinyere through a distant cousin who notices Ada's glowing face and subtle baby bump. Furious that Ada didn't share the news with her, Mama Chinyere decides to act. One morning, a young girl collecting firewood behind Mama Chinyere's hut hears strange chanting. Cautiously peering through a small gap in the mud walls, she sees Mama Chinyere at her mortar, pounding something fiercely while uttering incantations. "Spirits of the dark forest. Let the womb that carries life be emptied. Let Ada's tears water the earth. Until all hope is lost." The girl, terrified, stumbles back, dropping her bundle of sticks. Her heart pounds as she realizes she's witnessing something very dark indeed. She keeps this discovery to herself, but word soon travels to Obi, and finally, to Chika. "We must catch her in the act. No one will believe this story unless we witness it ourselves." Ada is hesitant. She can't bear the thought that her mother-in-law might truly be behind her repeated misfortunes. But Chika, Obi, and a few trusted friends decide enough is enough. They hatch a plan. Ada will send word to Mama Chinyere, informing her that she's pregnant but unwell. She'll beg her mother-in-law to come and help care for her in the city, playing on Mama Chinyere's desire to meddle. Meanwhile, Obi and 2 other villagers will discreetly remain near Mama Chinyere's hut, waiting to see if she performs any suspicious rituals. The plan is risky, but they're determined to obtain undeniable proof. If Mama Chinyere is truly dabbling in dark arts, they must stop her before Ada loses yet another child, or worse, her own life. The moon is high and full, casting silvery light across the village paths. Obi and his companions crouch behind a thick cluster of banana trees near Mama Chinyere's backyard. They wait, hearts pounding, straining their ears for any sound. Inside her hut, Mama Chinyere hums an eerie tune while lighting a single candle. She begins to sprinkle some unknown powder into the mortar. She pounds it rhythmically as she starts chanting incantations under her breath. "The womb must not see the light of day. The child shall never breathe. With every strike, I seal its fate." From outside, Obi's eyes widen in horror. One of his companions starts trembling. This is concrete proof that Mama Chinyere is practicing malevolent witchcraft. They inch closer, desperate to see more. Suddenly, Mama Chinyere lifts her pestle high and slams it down violently into the mortar, each blow in sync with her incantation. The candle flame flickers, casting dancing shadows on the walls, giving the scene an even more sinister appearance. At that very moment, Ada, miles away, feels a sharp pain in her stomach. She clutches her belly, struggling to breathe. She senses something evil pulling at her spirit. She tries to remember Nkem's words, "Pray and hold the amulet tight." Summoning every ounce of her courage, Ada clutches her protective charm. She must fight the dark power trying to harm her unborn child. Back in the village, Obi and his companions have seen enough. They burst into the hut with a loud shout. "Stop, Mama Chinyere. We see you. We know what you're doing." Mama Chinyere lets out a startled scream. She tries to hide the mortar and pestle, but it's too late. The candlelight reveals the red-stained powder inside. The air is thick with an overpowering stench that sends shivers up their spines. Early the next day, the entire village gathers at the market square to hear what Obi and his companions have discovered. In the front stands the village chief, Ulo-Aku, flanked by elders and villagers alike. Mama Chinyere, no longer able to hide her deeds, stands trembling before them. "Mama Chinyere, is it true that you have used dark powers to harm your own daughter-in-law?" The crowd murmurs in shock and anger. Some demand punishment, others want her banished, Still, others can't believe their ears. Tears fill Mama Chinyere's eyes. She falls to her knees, confessing through sobs. I only wanted to protect my son, Chika. I feared Ardia's family had cursed her, and I didn't want him to endure heartbreak or misfortune. My fear drove me to do something unspeakable. I have sinned. But her words do little to soothe the anger. Arda arrives, still clutching her amulet, visibly weak but determined to confront the one who has tormented her. Mama, I revered you. I never thought you were capable of such evil. May the spirits judge you for what you have done. In a rare show of communal justice, Ulo-Aku declares that Mama Chinyere must atone for her sins and be strictly monitored by the village spiritual council. She must also undergo rites of cleansing to rid herself of the dark forces she's invited into her life. Weeks pass. Mama Chinyere undergoes a series of purification rituals led by the healer, Nkem. The villagers keep their distance, wary of her former powers. Chika stands torn between sorrow for his mother's fate and relief that Arda is now safe. Slowly, Arda regains her strength, and the child in her womb remains unharmed. While trust within the family is badly broken, there is a sense of cautious hope. The village upholds tradition by ensuring Mama Chinyere is watched closely. No more clandestine midnight rituals allowed. As for Arda, she learns an invaluable lesson. Sometimes, the greatest dangers dwell under the same roof. Though she believed in unconditional respect for elders, she also realizes that evil can hide behind familiar faces. Months later, amid much celebration, Arda gives birth to a healthy baby boy named Ifchukwud, meaning what God has written. The entire village rejoices, for a new chapter has begun, one forged out of pain, but ending in hope. And so ends the story of the wicked mother-in-law whose dark intentions nearly cost her family their joy. This folktale teaches us about the perils of envy, fear, and the lengths some might go to hold on to what they believe is rightfully theirs. Yet even in the face of evil, hope prevails when we stand united and shine the light of truth upon hidden darkness. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey here on Ulo-Aku Folktales. If you found today's story both thrilling and enlightening, please be sure to like this video. And for those who are new or haven't yet done so, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our future tales of wonder, wisdom, and sometimes, wickedness. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more folktales with you. Until next time, stay safe, cherish your loved ones, and remember, evil lurks where we least expect it, but goodness and truth will always triumph in the end.